In this lesson, I am going to show you how you can effectively read and understand a compare and contrast paragraph or reading. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and read the paragraph that is here comparing Houston and Washington, D.C., two cities in the United States. Now I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. And on one side, I want you to write Houston. And on the other side, I want you to write Washington, D.C. and draw a line down the middle. Now go ahead and reread your paragraph. Now go ahead and on the Houston side, write down anything that applies to Houston. Anything that's from Houston, about Houston, put it in that column. On the right side, do the same for Washington, D.C. Go ahead and pause the video and continue doing that. Okay, so now that you made your two lists, let's compare them. For Houston, we see that it's in the United States, and that's the same for Washington, D.C., so you should have located in the United States on both sides. Also for both cities, they're both popular and they both have baseball teams. And this is where the lists start to get a little bit different. You can see that Houston has over 10,000 restaurants. Houston is also the fourth largest city in the United States, and it has a bigger population than Washington, D.C. You can see with Washington, D.C. that it is the nation's capital. It is the capital of the United States. It's smaller than Houston, but it contains the Supreme Court, the White House, the Houses of Congress. What are those? That's the United States government. Another distinct or different aspect of Washington, D.C. is that it has lots of historical monuments and sites and museums to visit. Okay, so we have our two lists. Now, what I want to show you how to do is to organize this information into a visual graph or visual diagram that will allow you to see clearly the differences and the similarities between these two cities. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that piece of paper and you're going to turn it over. And on that piece of paper, you're going to write two circles, two overlapping circles. And on the left circle, you're going to write Houston. And on the right circle, you're going to write Washington, D.C. Now we're going to take the information that we have from our list and we're going to put it into our diagram. This diagram is called a Venn diagram, and it's a very common way that people organize information visually. On the left-hand side, in the part of the circle that is not overlapping with Washington, D.C., we will put all of the things that are unique to Houston. 10,000 restaurants. Largest city in Texas. Larger than Washington, D.C. Okay. On the right-hand side, where it does not overlap, we will put all of the things that are unique or distinct about Washington, D.C. It has the nation's government. It's smaller than Houston. Lots of historical monuments are located here. And in the center, we can put the things that they both share in common. They are both cities in the United States. They are both popular with tourists and students. They are both large cities that are interesting to visit. They both have baseball. Okay, this is your basic Venn diagram to show how two topics, two ideas, in this case two cities, are compared and contrasted. So whenever you are reading about two different things, grab a piece of paper, make yourself a Venn diagram, and as you read, you can put in the information that you are reading about and learning into the diagram. This will help you be a better reader, a more active reader, and have a better understanding of the topic that you just read about. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can take the time to try this out on your own. Grab a piece of paper wherever you are. Think about two places or maybe two types of food or maybe two people that you want to compare and contrast, and let us know how you did in the comments below. You can also download a PDF of my Venn diagram here. if you click below. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this ESL video lesson. I hope you found it useful. Be sure to hit subscribe and the bell icon to get the latest videos from the Learning Institute of Texas. And if you think you might come to the United States to learn English, please consider the Learning Institute of Texas. Our website is below, and thanks again. Bye-bye.